Welcome students to the geography class. Today we will go through the chapter 1, representation of geographical features. Let us get a brief idea about geography. What is geography? Geography is the study of earth, landscapes, features, people, places and climate. In other words, it describes the world in which we live. To understand the landscapes of the earth, geographical features are classified into two types: natural features and man-made features. Natural features are naturally created features of the earth. For example, mountains, plains, plateaus, hills, valleys, oceans, seas, lakes, deserts, etc. Whereas man-made features are created by human on earth. For example, road, railways, bridges, dams, buildings, ports, etc. The various tools are used to represent and learn about the features of the earth. These are used by the geography students. They are map, globe, a sketch, plan and a diagram. Now let us learn the differences between a map and a globe. What is a map? A map is a two-dimensional representation of the Earth's surface or part of it, drawn on a paper to a scale. Map contains various elements which provide lots of information about an geographical area. What do you mean by a globe? A globe is another tool used to represent the various features of the earth. The globe is a three-dimensional model of the earth. It shows the actual shape of the earth. It rotates just like the earth rotates on its axis. Now let us see the differences between map and globe. Map is considered to be more useful than globe because of the following reasons. A map can be easily carried, rolled, folded and stored. But a globe is difficult to carry, except the folded globes. A map provides detailed information of a small area of land surface, whereas a globe has limited space and hence detailed information cannot be provided. Similarly, a map can be drawn to show different places of the world, whereas globe cannot be made for showing different parts of the world. Further, a map has a key or legend, but a globe does not have any key or legend. However, in some cases, globe have advantages than the map. The advantages are: a globe shows the actual shape of the earth, whereas map cannot depict the actual shape. Globe indicates the movement of the earth, but a map cannot indicate the movement of the earth. Now let us study different types of maps based on their purpose and content. Different types of map on the basis of their purpose and content are physical maps, political maps and thematic maps. Physical map provide details about the natural features of an area or a country, like mountains, plateaus, plains, rivers, lakes, oceans and other features. Political map show different countries of the world along with their states, national and international boundaries, political units and administrative divisions. Whereas thematic map show a particular feature or theme of an area, like vegetation, climate, population density, etc. Cultural maps, atlas maps, industrial maps, agricultural maps, military maps, and linguistic maps are included in thematic map. Next, maps based on their size. There are two types of maps based on their size or scale. Those are large scale maps and small scale maps. Large scale maps show a small area in great detail. For example, cities, towns, and villages. Whereas small scale maps show a large area in less details. For example, features like mountains, plateaus, continents, and countries. World maps and atlas maps are examples of small scale maps. Now let us go through the importance of maps in brief. Map is an important tool for data collection and its presentation. Map is always portable and can be rolled or folded. Town planners, architects, administrators, and the military get useful information about small areas. Map also shows landforms, political boundaries, water bodies, wildlife, and the position of cities. Maps showing different natural features of an area are extremely useful for economists. Map also act as a guide in visiting places and useful for us to locate our destination. Map also makes it easy to study, compare, and remember different geographical features using different colors and symbols. And lastly, map shows changes occurred in an area in terms of political boundaries, natural resources, and population by comparing the past and present maps. Now let us learn about the different elements of a map. There are 6 elements in the chapter. Those are title, scale, direction, key or legend, map projection, conventional signs and symbols. What is title? Title indicates the subject of the map. For example, India physical feature or India political. The next element is map projection. It is used to show the curved surface of the earth on a flat map or a flat paper with the help of lines of latitude and longitude. The next element is scale. It indicates the ratio of ground distance and map distance. Ground distance is a distance between two places on the ground, whereas map distance is the distance between these two same places on the map. So we can say scale equal to map distance by ground distance. Scale is given on the bottom left hand corner of the map. The next element is direction. It is used to locate places on the map and always shown with the help of an arrow on the map whose tip is marked with the letter N. There are 4 main directions. Those are north, south, east and west. These are called cardinal directions. Apart from these, there are another set of 4 directions lying between the cardinal directions. They are intermediate directions. They include northeast between north and east, southwest between south and west, northwest between north and west, and southeast between south and east. The next element of the map is key or legend. What is a key or legend? A key or legend is used to define the conventional signs and symbols used in the map. As you can see in the bottom right hand corner of the map, conventional signs and symbols are shown within key or legend. The next element is conventional signs and symbols. This shows various geographical features such as mountains, rivers, lakes, bridges, dams, etc. with different colors. The different colors that depict natural as well as man-made features are given. Blue represents water bodies such as oceans, rivers, lakes, seas, etc. Green represents forest, grasslands, orchards, scattered trees and shrubs. White represents rocky and uncultivated land, whereas yellow represents cultivable land. The diagrams must be practiced. Now, we will learn the differences between the three tools of the geographical features. Those are sketch, plan and map. We have already learned what is map. We will just see what is the difference between sketch and plan. A sketch is a drawing mainly based on memory but not drawn to scale, whereas a plan is a detailed drawing showing the structure or physical arrangement of a small area. It is usually made to scale. Sketch may or may not show details of an area, but plan shows details about an area. The only similarity between sketch and plan is both serve only a limited purpose, whereas map serves various purposes to show distance, direction and distribution. Now let us learn the last tool of the geographical feature, that is diagrams. Diagrams represent various geographical features. The first diagram we are seeing is of the river. What is a river? A river is a large natural stream of water that flows from higher to lower level. The higher levels are mountains, hills or plateaus, whereas the lower level are plain, plateaus and mouth of the sea. Generally, river originates in these highlands and flows into sea or lake or another river. The place where it begins, that is mountains, hills and plateaus, are termed as source. On the other hand, where the river ends its journey, that is sea, is called the mouth. The next diagram is of meanders. Meanders are A-shaped bend formed due to erosion and deposition work of river while it flowing down the plains. Anticlines and synclines. The upward curve or the arch formed on the fold mountain due to force of compression below the earth's surface, the arch is called anticlines, and the curved downward part, that is the trough, is called synclines. The next diagram is of tributary. Tributaries are small rivers that join the main rivers. For example, Yamuna, Gandak, Kosi, joins the Bhagirathi. These are known as tributaries. Distributaries. What is distributary? When a river reaches its mouth, the river divides into branches or channels, small channels of river. Those are known as distributaries. Distributaries generally form delta. The next diagram is of delta. Delta is a triangular shaped alluvial deposit near the mouth of the river. It is termed delta because it resembles the Greek letter delta formed by the distributaries. The last diagram is of the block mountain. The block mountains are formed due to cracks or fault occurred in its crust. The two parallel faults on the land either subside the land or uplift the land. The subsided land is known as Rift Valley or Graben, and the uplifted block is known as Horst or Block Mountains. Thank you, class. It is the end.